In the early years after the stars vanish, the world is in mourning. The night sky, once a sacred canvas of myths and dreams, is now an endless, empty expanse. It is a chilling reminder that all things are impermanent, that nothing in this vast universe can be taken for granted. The stars, which for so long guided us, whether we were travelers or philosophers, have disappeared without warning, leaving behind only an abyss of silence. For many, this loss is more than just a physical phenomenon. It is a rupture of meaning. For centuries, the night sky had been a constant, an eternal fixture that promised something beyond our mortal grasp. It was a reminder of something greater than ourselves, an invitation to wonder, to reach beyond our limitations. The stars were our compass, our reference point. To look up was to be reminded of the infinite, of the possibility of transcendence, and of the potential to explore the unknown. But now, we look up, and there is nothing. The night is void of both light and possibility. In the wake of this loss, we face the deepest existential question humanity has ever had to answer. What does it mean to exist in a universe that no longer provides us with guidance, with hope, with inspiration? What are we supposed to do when the very source of our collective dreams, our drive to explore, to understand, to seek meaning, is extinguished? In these dark days, despair creeps in, slowly at first, then steadily overwhelming. Governments try to respond, offering promises of rebuilding, of finding a way to understand what has happened. But no answer comes. The stars, the ancient beacons of humanity's imagination, are simply gone. We are left with the cold realization that we are alone in the vast emptiness of space. And yet, it is in this very emptiness that something unexpected begins to stir. For it is only when we are stripped of all illusion, when the comforting lights above us have been extinguished, that we are confronted with the raw truth. We are the architects of meaning. No longer do we have the stars to tell us who we are or what our purpose is. No longer do we have ancient stories of gods and heroes written in constellations to rely on. We must look inward now, and in doing so, we will discover a power within ourselves that we had long overlooked, the power to create meaning from the void. This realization does not come easily. For many, it is a bitter pill to swallow. The question, "What now?" lingers in the air, unanswered. And for some, it feels as though the very ground beneath their feet is shifting, the solid certainty of existence now a landscape of uncertainty and chaos. But as time passes, as we begin to understand that there are no easy answers, we realize something crucial. Meaning is not something bestowed upon us. It is something we must create. At first, the shift is subtle. People begin to turn inward. There is an unspoken understanding that we cannot wait for the stars to return, if they ever will. We must learn to find our own path. Communities begin to emerge, not based on shared beliefs in celestial events, but on shared human experience. People come together, not because they can look up and see a guiding light, but because they have no choice but to find new ways of looking at the world and each other. The first seeds of a new civilization are sown. At first, it is difficult to imagine a life without the stars as a guiding force. But as societies begin to reorganize, a new collective realization emerges. The absence of the stars does not mean the absence of wonder, and it does not mean the absence of purpose. On the contrary, it invites a new kind of exploration, a new kind of journey. The exploration of the self, the exploration of human potential, the exploration of how we, together, can create meaning in a universe that is indifferent to our existence. People begin to look not up, but around. They start to explore their relationships with one another, their bonds with the earth, and the untapped potential within the human mind. In this new world, science becomes more introspective. Instead of gazing out into the stars to find the secrets of the cosmos, scientists turn inward. They look at the human experience, at consciousness itself, searching for the mysteries within. No longer are we driven by a desire to conquer space. We are driven by a desire to understand ourselves, to improve our lives, and to craft meaning from the choices we make. The arts, too, undergo a profound transformation. Without the stars to inspire them, artists, writers, and musicians turn their focus to the human condition. The loss of the stars brings with it an unprecedented creativity, as artists attempt to capture the complexity of human emotion, the depths of longing, and the quiet beauty that can be found in the smallest moments of existence. Literature becomes introspective, exploring the essence of human existence without the comforting illusions of divine meaning or celestial order. Music becomes a reflection of the soul, expressing both the grief of loss and the joy of creation. Art galleries and concert halls become the new cathedrals, spaces where humanity's quest for meaning is reflected in creative expression. No longer is art about translating the divine. It is about translating the human spirit. And in this translation, humanity begins to recognize that the quest for meaning is not about finding answers in the stars. It is about creating them here, on Earth, together. And then, as people begin to unite in this new world, a shift happens in human spirituality. The old religions, many of which were rooted in the stars and celestial movements, begin to lose their relevance. Without the stars to mark the passage of time or to anchor the divine, people seek new forms of spiritual expression, ones that are rooted not in the heavens, but in the earth and in each other. Spirituality transforms from a search for celestial truth to a search for connection. Communities gather not to worship a distant God, but to celebrate the sacredness of life itself. They celebrate the interconnectedness of all things, the human, the natural, and the cosmic. And in doing so, they come to understand that the meaning they had once sought in the stars was always within their grasp. It was in the relationships they built, the love they shared, and the creativity they nurtured. As this transformation spreads across the globe, a new kind of unity takes shape. The divisions that once separated people, nations, religions, ideologies, begin to fade as humanity recognizes that the stars, the myths, and the stories that once divided them were never the true source of meaning. The true source lies within each of us, within the shared human experience. We are all bound together by the same existential truth. We are born from the earth, and it is here, on this one small planet, that we must create meaning together. This new unity does not mean the end of conflict. Humanity is still learning to navigate its differences, but it marks the beginning of a new kind of cooperation. People begin to recognize that they must work together to build a future that is not dependent on the stars above, but on the potential within each other. The earth becomes the new sacred space, and humanity learns to live more harmoniously with it, understanding that we are not just inhabitants of the planet. We are its stewards, its creators. And so, in the years to come, we find our way. The stars, once our guiding lights, are gone, but in their absence, we discover something far more powerful. We discover that we, too, are lights. And just as the stars once lit the way for us to journey beyond, now it is our turn to light the way for one another. We are the new constellations. Our connections, our creativity, our love, our knowledge. These are the new stars by which we navigate. And in the end, we realize that the night sky, though empty of celestial bodies, is not devoid of beauty. It is, in fact, more beautiful than ever, because now the light we see in the darkness comes from within us.